For BamaCentral.com, this is instant analysis after the Alabama Crimson Tide's season-ending loss in the Rose Bowl to Michigan, 27-20 in overtime. What were the biggest problems for the Crimson Tide tonight that led to ultimately the loss and their season ending here in Pasadena?
Yeah, well, I think we saw an Alabama team tonight that we really hadn't seen towards the end of November and in December, when Alabama had really kind of gotten on a roll, beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, and it looked like all of these problems that they had early in the season had been fixed. It looked like the offensive line was blocking better. It looked like the snapping issues between Seth McLaughlin and Milroe had been figured out. It looked like the defense, for a lot of this game, Alabama's defense looked fantastic. But then you get towards the end of the game, and Alabama's defense gives up a 4th and 2 late in the fourth quarter. And then from there, Michigan drives, and Alabama's defense entirely collapses.
They really just can't stop them again.
They couldn't stop them at all. Alabama's offensive line could not block for the majority of the night. They give up 2 sacks in the first 3 plays. So you really could tell from the jump that Michigan had schemed really well to be able to take advantage of this Alabama offensive line, and just that they didn't come ready to play. They didn't execute. And all of these problems that Alabama had back in September, I remember that we would talk about after Alabama's loss to Texas, after Alabama's terrible showing in Tampa against USF. Those same problems arose tonight, and to us it had seemed like they had fixed a lot of those problems, and that's how that they got here in the first place, was slowly, week by week, they had improved and kind of fixed these things. But then tonight, all of those old problems popped right back up, and it was the reason that they lost the game.
Yeah, I think the first half is not what you want to see when you've had a month off to prepare, that you're that slow. And then the offense started to figure things out, but kind of what hurt them the whole game was self-inflicted errors, whether it was penalties, bad snaps, Milroe's fumble that we kind of changed momentum or kill a drive. But then at the end of the day, as poorly as they played for a lot of the game, they still, have a 7-point lead with a couple of minutes left in the game and a chance to win. And even, Michigan scored with a little over a minute left. I think it was 124. So Alabama, Will Reichert had been 2 for 2 on field goals over 50 yards. They just needed to get about 40 yards down the field to get Will Reichert's field goal range and to kick a game-winning kick to send them to the national championship. But it kind of just seemed like once Michigan scored at that drive at the end, it just kind of killed all of Alabama's momentum. Obviously, the last play of the game, the 4th and goal from the 3, another low snap. Milroe kind of panics a little bit, goes up the middle, and is not able to score, and that's how the season ends. But we'll have more content coming in the next couple of days about kind of looking back at this season, what it's been like for the Crimson Tide. We were talking about on our way down here, this is not a place many people would have expected Alabama to be after how they performed against Texas and USF, but certainly a disappointing ending for the Crimson Tide. And another year, 3rd year in a row that comes up short of a national championship. But for Blake Weiler, I'm Katie Wyndham. Thank you for following along all season, and that will wrap up tonight's Instant Analysis.